Welcome to Stoic Psyche Wisdom, the place where ancient philosophy meets modern life, where timeless truths are uncovered and transformed into living strength for your everyday battles. Today's journey is not about abstract theories or distant myths. It is about something very real, a higher way of living that you may already be touching without realizing it. Many call it the fifth dimension. But here's the truth. It is not a mystical world hidden in the clouds, nor some unreachable fantasy. It is here, it is now, and it reveals itself in the way you think, the way you respond, and the way you rise above the noise of the world. The fifth dimension is not a place. It is a perspective. It is not an escape from reality. It is mastery within reality. It is the silent shift from being a prisoner of circumstance to becoming the sovereign of your own soul, and in this video, we will uncover 4 powerful signs that you are already living in this higher state of existence. These signs are not things you will read in self-help books or fleeting trends online. They are deeper, rooted in Stoicism, psychology, and the lived experience of men and women who chose discipline over weakness, clarity over chaos, and resilience over despair. So listen carefully, because as we move through these 4 signs, you may find that you have already begun to ascend, not to a new place, but to a new self. Sign 1. When you master your mind, instead of being ruled by it. There comes a moment in life when the world still screams, but you no longer bend to its noise. A moment when anger rises within you, but you do not bow to it. A moment when jealousy knocks at your door, but you do not let it in. A moment when fear whispers in your ear, but you smile because you know its tricks. That is the first sign. You have stepped into mastery. Epictetus, the great Stoic teacher, once declared, "Men are not disturbed by things but by the views which they take of things." What does that mean? It means that life is not chaos. Our perception makes it chaos. When you learn this truth not only with your intellect but with your very soul, you begin to see differently. The fifth dimension is not fantasy. It is clarity. It is the rare ability to look at hardship and see training, not punishment. To see insult and feel compassion, not rage. To face the unknown and feel curiosity, not terror. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor-philosopher, captured it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Imagine what it feels like to live this way, to walk calmly while the world trembles, to remain steady while others collapse, to carry peace inside you, not because life has been kind, but because you have forged an unbreakable core. That is the essence of the first sign, sovereignty of the mind. Sign 2. When silence speaks louder than words in the ordinary world, people fight to be heard. They shout into the void, desperate for attention, validation, recognition. They raise their voices, but the louder they scream, the weaker they become. But in the higher dimension, silence becomes the sharpest weapon. Why? Because silence unsettles. Silence carries weight. Silence is control. When you no longer waste energy on petty disputes, gossip, or shallow arguments, when you can face provocation and respond not with fire, but with restraint, you have discovered the strength of stillness. This silence is not weakness. It is dominance of self. The manipulator, the bully, the one who feeds off reaction. They crumble before silence because they cannot control what does not react. And when you begin to recognize the power of letting your stillness reveal the emptiness of others' vanity, you rise above the noise of the lower world. That is the second sign. You no longer speak to prove. You speak only to command. And when silence is your greatest ally, you are walking in higher ground. Sign 3. When possessions no longer possess you. The third sign is subtle but life-changing. Material things lose their chains over your spirit. The ordinary world, people measure their worth by what they own, how they look, or how others perceive them. But in the fifth dimension, the measure of a man or woman is found in their mind, their character, and their discipline. Epictetus again cuts to the truth. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Think about that. True wealth is not about filling your house with more, but about needing less. When the loss of money does not shake your peace, when betrayal does not destroy your foundation, when solitude feels like freedom, not punishment, you have already transcended. You live in the world, but you are not owned by it. You can enjoy what you have, but you do not fear losing it. You engage fully with life, but you are never enslaved by it. That is the third sign, freedom from possession. Sign 4. When pain becomes your power. The final sign is perhaps the most difficult to accept, but it is also the most transformative. Pain no longer breaks you, it refines you. The ordinary mind runs from pain. It curses it. It collapses beneath it. But the higher mind, the mind forged in discipline, sees pain as the blacksmith's hammer, shaping iron into steel. Marcus Aurelius gave us the timeless reminder, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. The higher soul does not ask, "Why me?" when hardship comes. It whispers, "Forge me." In this state, storms become baptisms. Betrayal becomes clarity. Loss becomes freedom. Heartbreak becomes a door to resilience. You become untouchable, not because life stops hurting, but because hurt no longer rules you. That is the fourth sign, the transformation of pain into power. Closing hook, teaser for long expansion. If these truths resonate with you, then you are already living closer to the fifth dimension than you think. But this is only the beginning, because the question is not only how to recognize these signs, the question is how to live them every day, how to practice them when the world pushes back, how to build a life so strong that no storm can shake it. And in the expanded journey of this video, we will break down each of these 4 signs in depth, with stories, Stoic exercises, and real-world practices that will show you how to not only touch the fifth dimension, but to live there permanently. Stay with me, because what comes next could change the way you see everything.